ND filters or high-speed sync. Which is actually better for shooting flash outdoors? In order to get a shallow depth of field outdoors, you'll need a way to reduce the light coming into your camera. One way to do this is to use an ND filter, and another way to do this is to use high-speed sync if your flash and flash remote support this option. Today we'll be going on location using the K&F 1 to 5 stop variable ND filter and the Sony 85mm 1.8 lens. I'm starting with my camera's max flash sync speed, which for my system is 1/250th of a second. I'll keep my ISO at 100, and then I'll adjust my aperture to get the proper exposure from there. A reason to use an ND filter instead of high-speed sync is when you're working with a lower wattage flash. An ND filter will help cut the ambient light without forcing your flash to work harder. This is especially useful when shooting in bright conditions. If you're exposed properly at f8 but want that shallow depth of field at 1.8, you're letting in about 5 stops more light, which would completely blow out your shot. A 5-stop ND filter cuts that extra light so you can shoot wide open without overexposing. Enabling high-speed sync will reduce the effective power of your flash. How much this affects your shot will depend on how powerful your flash is to begin with. I've been using the Godox AD200, which is a 200 watt strobe. In my experience, it's been strong enough to handle most lighting conditions, even with high-speed sync on. Instead of adjusting my aperture to control exposure, I'll use my shutter speed instead. I'm setting my aperture to 1.8 to get that shallow depth of field, and I'll adjust the shutter speed accordingly to expose the shot properly. If you shoot above the max sync speed without high-speed sync enabled, or if your flash doesn't support this feature, you'll get a black band across your photo. This is the shutter actually blocking part of the frame when the flash fires. So which one's better, using ND filters or using high-speed sync? Well, it depends on your setup and your shooting style. ND filters help preserve flash power, while high-speed sync is fairly convenient. Personally, I use both depending on the situation. Let me know which one you prefer down below. Thanks for watching.